Remember those starter tags that I nag you about all the time? Hey guys, today is page 26 in our Book of Hearts 2020. And today I'm going to work on the chipboard piece that we had left in our book. And I've got some fabric swatches out. They're samples from an upholstery store. And I've got a couple of neutral colors. And then I've got these little stripes, which I thought were really cute. So we might work with those. I think I'm going to work with the stripes for sure. And then I have a heart that is out of a little piece of cardboard. No. It's scrapbook paper. It's more of a heavy paper. I just drew out a heart and I might use that. And then I've got some of my starter tags over here, and I've got the tags that I cut the middle out, made hearts. These are the hearts that came out of the center, and then I put a backing. I've got those sitting here in case I want to work through those. I've got a plain tag sitting here, little pieces of ephemera. I've got a starter tag sitting here that I really liked with that. So I don't know if we'll use it or not. Then I've got some words and some stickers and stuff like that. But what I want to do first is I originally thought that I wanted to put down one of these pieces of fabric. This one here. No, this one. I wanted to glue that down on my chipboard here, but I can't punch a hole with my hole punch. I'd have to drag out the crocodile. Don't feel like doing that. And then I started thinking, I don't know if I really want to do this. So what I want to do first, I can always cover what I'm going to do with this, but what I'm going to do is take my white paint. You can use white gesso if you want to. And I've got some pink paint. It is called Lisa Pink. It is by Ceramcoat. And I'm just going to blend the two together because I want this to be a background of pink, but I don't want it to be pure pink. I want it to be like a real muted pink. And I'm just going to mix the two together on here and paint the board. After I do this side, I'm going to flip it over after it's dry and do this side the same way, just in case I want to continue that theme on the back side. I can always cover or paint over the back side if I turn it over and do something different. But because this is heavier board and because this might have a little dimension on it, I'm going to go ahead and get that done on the background on this side. I'm going to add a little more white, kind of swirl it in here. Okay, I'm going to dry this and then I will be back. I'm going to do the other side as well before I come back though. Okay, this is what it looks like now. This is the side we're going to be working on today. And this is the side that I did just to get the back side done. And if you don't want any of your chipboard showing through, put a coat of gesso down first, or white paint, or any color if you want, whatever color you want. Then do your painting, and that way the paint won't soak into your board as much. I can see chipboard on this side and a little bit on this side, but it's okay. I'm not worried about it. So now what I want to do is let this sit over here for a few minutes and keep doing whatever it's going to do. And I'm going to take my little heart template here. I'm going to take these two pieces of fabric and I'm going to turn them over on the wrong side, and I'm going to trace a heart on each back with, I don't know, something dark enough to see, but not so dark it shows through the other side. Maybe a pencil's good enough. I'm going to put my little tip of my heart on a line, and I'm going to line the top of my heart up with the same line. Just because it's striped, and I kind of want both hearts to be close to the same. Okay, there's one. And this one here, I'm going to do the same thing. Put the tip of my heart on a line. If it's not striped, it doesn't matter. Another way to do this is to trace your template onto a very soft piece of paper, like a tissue paper or a deli paper, and then you can just pin it to your fabric and then cut around that template. This is a little harder to cut around. It can be done, but I didn't want to do that. So then I'm going to cut these two out. Okay, I've got my two hearts cut out. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to take, because there's stripes, like I said, you don't have to do this if there's no stripes. You just have to line up your top and your bottom. I'm going to cut from here to the tip. I'm going to cut straight down the middle on both of them. Okay, my hearts are cut in half. Now, I've never done this before. I'm just thinking it up on the fly here, so I don't know if it's going to work or not, but here's what I want to do next. Remember those starter tags that I nag you about all the time, that I tell you wipe your excess paint on, keep tags around, clean up your messes with tags and paper and things like that? Well, this is one of those starter tags. So what I want to do is take half of a heart from each side, and I'm going to move these out of the way, bring my tag in, and I'm going to glue the tips of my heart together down at the bottom of my tag, right here and right here, and I'm going to leave a gap. I'm going to leave an opening right in the middle. Okay, so that's the next step. Just glue down your hearts. Okay, now I have my little heart pieces glued onto my tag. I used a wet glue. I used Aleene's tacky glue. The glue is still wet, but I'm going to go ahead and cut out the exposed area down here at the bottom. Okay, and up here, I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to follow the heart shape down just to the point where it now looks like a heart again. And it won't be perfect because this is freehand, but we'll get close. Okay, so now you see the little heart shape. I'm going to cut that out. So there we have a little heart with a little bit of our tag in between. Okay, that's what it looks like on the back. And then we have some little pieces we can use. They go in the scrap pile. And then we have two more pieces of heart. They are opposites, but we can make it work if we put them together this way. And we probably will on the back side of the page. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I want some trim on my heart, and I don't have any here of a color I like, so I'm gonna go find me some trim and I'll be back. Just get you some ribbon or some lace or something like that that you like. Okay, I've got a bunch of ribbons pulled out that I could use on my heart, and those are over here waiting for me to play with. But I was also thinking I would put down something below the heart, and I really couldn't decide what I wanted. This is too pale. I don't like it like that, but I do want some of it showing, so I thought I would take this napkin and use part of it and glue that down on my page here. I'm going to use matte medium to put my napkin down, but the first thing I'm going to do is just tear off what I think I want first. Quick side note, this napkin was already used in another project, so it was taken apart. If you're using a napkin that is new, take all the plies apart. It's usually 2 or 3 plies. Take them apart and only use one ply, the first top layer. Otherwise, you're going to have napkin mess everywhere. I neglected to tell you that, or I sped through it. I'm not sure which, but anyway, take your napkin apart. Okay, I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to tear off the edges. Okay, fairly dry. I tore off the edges so it would have a little bit of a rough look. And I like my heart there, or I could put it this way if I wanted to. I may add one more piece of napkin after I decide where my heart's going to go exactly. So for now, I'm just going to set this off to the side. I'm going to come back to my heart, and I'm going to play with my little trims here. And I kind of played with them off camera to see what I liked. I pulled out all different kinds of colors and just different things to try. I really like that. Okay, here's what I decided. I decided to use these ribbons here. Trims, laces, ribbons. And I'm going to glue because I don't want to go change my stitching. Isn't that terrible? I don't want to change my thread, so I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to go at a slight angle and overlap my heart. I can always trim it up if I want to. I'm going to use Aleene's tacky glue. Okay, Okay, I have my heart laces all trimmed down, and I've been playing around trying to figure out what in the world I want to do next. And I finally decided that this was too bright. There's too much pink going on, so I'm going to push this back a little bit with the gesso. Nobody's surprised there, I'm sure. Real quick, before we go any further, I want to distress around my chipboard just a little bit. And I'm using the same ink I've been using through the whole project, the Distress Ink Walnut Stain, this stuff here. I'm just adding a little distress all the way around. Okay, we got our hole back in. Okay, I want to add my heart back on, and I think I want it at an angle like this. It's going to interfere with my hole here, but that's okay. It's not going to be a big deal. Maybe I can angle it just now a little bit more. How about that? Let's test that out and see. Maybe that'll be okay. That way my holes are free, because I want to leave my ribbons there. I don't want to trim them. So my heart's at quite an angle. And I have this piece of scrapbooking supply. I don't even know what these are called. I'm sorry, but I'm going to use this in the center of my heart, and I'm going to use this ribbon here. I'm going to run it through. Somebody will know what these are called. If you were a scrapbooker, you'll know what they're called. And I want to put it down here, and then I'm going to wrap my ribbon all the way around the back and glue it together. And then whatever we do on this page is going to have this ribbon here, and it's going to have to be dealt with, so I have to include it. I'm going to cut this off right here, and I'm going to see if it looks okay like this before I glue anything down, because I may have to change what I'm doing. I do like that. I think that looks really cute. I could leave this a little pocket and slip something behind here. I don't think I do. We're going to just glue the heart down. I'm going to put a little mark here so I know where to line my heart back up, because this is a good spot for it. And let this dry, set something on it, let it dry for a little bit. And while that's drying, I'm going to give this a thought or two and see if there's anything else we're going to do. Okay, the only thing I really want to do is, can you guess? I want to add some pencil. I just want to go around my heart a little bit with some just little, maybe I'll use my left hand so it's not so perfect. Little scribbly lines, just kind of tentacles all sticking out there. It's very faint, you can barely see it, but it adds something for me and I like it. So I think that's all I'm going to do today. That's it. I'm going to put the pencil down and walk away. So I will see you tomorrow for page number 27, and we'll just flip this over and we'll figure out what we're going to do over here. Most likely I will probably use these heart pieces here that I didn't use on the front, and we'll try to do something different with those. Okie dokie. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Get a good look. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.